Bonjour! I hope all is well with y'all today. I wanted to give you another brief lesson online. I thought this would help clear up a few things. So first things first, the verse of the day, and y'all did a good job translating under the culture project page where it said collaboration page. Several of y'all tried to translate the verse and you did a good job. You got it. So I appreciated your responses to that, and I know each of y'all have different individual responses, so if you want to check back on that collaboration page where we wrote about the culture project, I have a few responses for some of you, and we can message individually about those. Boys especially, I'm going to want to be talking to y'all about your plan during our next conference call, which hopefully will be Wednesday in the afternoon. So let's begin. Today's verse of the day is Matthieu 5:8. Heureux ceux dont le cœur est pur, car ils verront Dieu. And if you want to leave the video paused, the first thing I want y'all to do on your new lesson today is try to tell me what the verse means in English. I don't know that I'm going to grade this, so don't stress about it. I wrote for you in English what some of the more difficult words meant. So that'll be your first task for today. And today's going to be a little bit, I don't know necessarily a longer lesson, maybe a little bit longer. So your due date for today's assignments and lesson watching, it all needs to be complete by Wednesday afternoon, probably Wednesday at 5 p.m. or something like that. So that gives you a little bit more time. Okay, so let's begin. First, I want to address, I've looked at all of your work and I've graded it all. For exercises 6, 7, and 8, I pretty much gave you a completion grade. A couple of you had points deducted on those. That's due to not completing it properly, not necessarily the specific errors, although it may look like that for some of you. I know one of you, I think it was JD, did the wrong exercise at one point, so you have a special notation on there that you may want to address. Yes, I know it's hilarious that I'm saying this to him on this video and not right out there in the kitchen. Anyway, okay, for exercise 9 as well as workbook B4, exercise B4, page 207, those were combined to make another daily grade. Now, a couple of you scored very low on this. I don't want you to panic, okay? I know this is new to everyone. I know this is uncomfortable. It's different for me too. We're all struggling through it together. So please note that I know you see that grade in RenWeb. If you go to look on OneNote at how I graded you, at the bottom of, I think it's the workbook page assignment, where I have tallied up your points for those two exercises, I should have written something like you can go back and correct your errors for points added back, okay? Now, for the assignment I'm giving you today, just as a warning, I'm going to start counting off for assignments turned in late, as well as errors. So this time, if you think there's something you're not quite getting, reach out to me before it's due so we can catch those errors so that it won't count off too much. And this is still just daily grades for now. I haven't quite worked out how I'm going to do quiz grades and test grades yet, so we'll see if we have a need for that. We may not. We may be back April 6th and we'll be able to take our test that week. I am looking towards a unit test the week after our spring break should have been. Okay, so let's begin now with the new lesson. Today, you may want to pause the video. You're going to need 3 things. You're going to need your index card box with something to write with and, of course, cards. You're going to need your textbooks and your workbooks. So if you need to pause the video now, get those, and then come back and push play again. Okay, where to start? First, we're going to make 4 new cards. The first card that I want you to make, and these are 4 vocabulary cards, not grammar, not verbs, okay? The first one, above the line should be one side of your card, preferably the blank side. I always like to save the line side for French, even though in this case we only have one French word and more English. I want you to write all of these on one side of your card. So if you need to pause it, do it now. So again, these top words go on one side. And all of these in English only have one definition in French. So on the lined side, write this, and now please look at the camera and repeat after me, even if you're alone in your house. Quelqu'un, quelqu'un, someone. So if you want to say, I like someone, you will say, j'aime quelqu'un. Say that. Okay, well hopefully you did it. All right, on your next blank card, I want you to write, again, above the line represents one side of your card. If you need to pause it, you can do so now. So these two words go on one side of the card, the blank side. This should say, sorry about that, quelque chose. That means something, or it can also mean anything. I know that's a little confusing. So repeat after me. Quelque chose. Quelque chose. I have something. J'ai quelque chose. I am eating something. Je mange quelque chose. Okay, you get it. Okay, for the third card, I'm going to have to erase mine real quick. Okay, you can prepare your other blank card. For your third card, I want you to write for the English side several things again. No one. Not anyone. I know this can be a little confusing. Just do exactly what I'm saying, and I'll show you my board in just a minute. Also, nobody. All of these words on the same blank side of your card. And also, not anybody. The reason there are so many ways to translate this is because it has to do with sentence structure in French. Okay, so all of those words, you might say those four expressions, go on one side of your card. You can pause that now and write those down. And the French will have two words this time, N-E, and then I want you to write three little dots, like an ellipsis, and you're going to write the word personne. Oops, sorry about that O. So on the French side, you write ne personne. Now, we've learned the word personne in the past. When you were in French 1, we learned that une personne means a person. But if you use the word personne in French in a sentence and it's not, doesn't have an article in front of it, then it can mean nobody or not anybody or no one or not anyone. The trick is in French, personne falls under the category of pas, P-A-S, which means not. It falls under the category of jamais, which means never. This is considered a negative word. So to the French, if you're going to use it in a sentence, it takes the place of pas, and you have ne in front of the verb. So for example, if you want to see, I don't see anyone. In French, you will say, je ne vois personne. Okay? All right, for your fourth card, let's see, I have to erase mine real quick again. For your fourth card, on the blank side of this one, you are going to write two things in English. You're going to write nothing, comma, sorry about the lighting here, try to work on that. You're also going to write not anything. Okay, nothing or not anything. So these two words go on the blank side of your card. You can pause the video if you need to. And on the French side, I want you to write N-E ... rien. So same principle as before. You probably now are catching on. Rien, which means nothing or not anything, is also considered a negative word in French. So if you use it in a sentence, you must have ne in front of the verb and rien after. For example, if you want to say, I am not eating anything, I don't eat anything at noon, I don't know. You say, je ne mange rien. Your mom says, stop singing, what's that noise? You say, Mom, I'm not singing anything. Je ne chante rien. Okay? I'm not playing anything. I'm not playing that game. Je ne joue rien. I'm not playing anything. Okay? So that's our lesson for today. And now, if you need to pause your video, this video, I need you to ouvrez vos livres le texte, s'il vous plaît, à la page 347. Page 347. Okay, on exercise 10, if you need to pause the video to get there at any point, you can. The instructions say, Florence est malade, which means sick, and y'all are familiar with that word now, I think. Aujourd'hui, today. Elle répond négativement aux questions de Paul. So she's sick. She's going to respond negatively every single time. Okay, the key in this exercise is first to recognize the new key word in the sentence, and that'll give you a hint as to how to respond in your answer, okay? So in the example, there's two speech bubbles as always. Are you dining with someone? Tu dînes avec quelqu'un? Okay, using our new cards that we learned. What is the opposite of quelqu'un? Personne, okay? And again, you're going to need your cards, or you can look here in the book, but you're going to need to know these words, okay, eventually for our unit test and everything like that. So that's one reason I wanted you to make cards for them. Okay, are you dining with someone? No, I'm dining with no one. Je ne dîne avec personne. Do you see how in English I said, I'm dining with no one? I didn't necessarily have to say, I am not dining with no one. To us, that feels like a double negative, but it doesn't to the French, okay? So let's work through number 1 together for textbook exercise 10. Number 1 on exercise 10 says, inviter quelqu'un. Okay, so it looks like you're going to have to write 2 sentences for exercise 10. First, your first sentence will be a question. Sorry, I think this light keeps messing up. Maybe that's better. All right, so to invite someone, how do you ask in French? Do you invite someone? This is quite easy. I think on every single one you will start your question with tu, and then you will conjugate that verb in the tu form. Let's see if this helps. Is that better? Okay. Tu invites, and some of you are making some careless errors on your assignment. You know that these are regular ER verbs, okay? E-E-S, E-O-N-S, easy and T. Tu invites. Are you inviting someone? Tu invites quelqu'un. Okay, and remember, they said they want you to answer negatively each time. So, quelqu'un means someone. The French opposite of quelqu'un is personne, no one. So how do you say in French, no comma, I invite no one? You can try it on your own and then watch the rest of the video. And here we have it. Non. Je n'invite personne. Okay, I hope that helps you. I'm sure there will be more troubles along the way that some of you may have. Again, try to reach out to me this time before it's due. I'm giving you a 48-hour window instead of 24 hours in hopes that we can sort of fix some of these glitches, okay? I'm looking down and I'm seeing on number 2, there's the verb faire. Some of you struggle with that. Remember, use your verb cards, okay? Use your verb boxes, especially since I'll be counting off. Don't just text me, what is the je form of faire? I'm probably going to say, check your verb box. Okay, the last thing I want to go over with you, and then this instructional video will be done. If you want to pause it now, turn in your workbooks. Your next activity assigned from me to you today is going to be workbook page 207, C5. Okay, pause if you need to. On C5, it simply says, answer the following questions in the negative. So very similar to what we did in the textbook. Let's see. Philippe n'a pas faim. Philippe is not hungry. Est-ce qu'il mange quelque chose? Does he eat something? All right, so in the question, we have the key word, and as you do this, you may want to underline your new word that you recognize here, quelque chose, because what that means is you're going to use the opposite in your answer, okay? Because it says, again, in these instructions as well as the textbook, answer in the negative. So if they're asking you, does he eat something? They want you to say the opposite. No, he eats nothing. Well, the opposite of something, okay? So in French, it would look like, see if you can work it while I write it as well. And then we will be done. Sorry, this one was a little longer today. Non, il ne mange rien. Okay, so that's the other part that will be due on Wednesday. Also, I will be scheduling a conference call with you all Wednesday afternoon. I'm thinking maybe 2 or 3 o'clock, maybe as late as 4. I might see about getting feedback from you. Au revoir!